Vikas?
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, now
Clear
working.
and okay. Is everything fine, right?
Not able to hear properly.
I can hear you.
Yeah, your voice is clear. Okay, before starting the class, I will ask some of the questions. What is the length of a material number?
40,
Maximum 18.
Yeah, maximum length. 18.
18. Okay. I guess
Okay.
14 is the next version, right?
Huh.
Sorry. 40 for S4 HANA.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the number ranges only you have a two types. One is a lexicographical and another is an a leading
Zero.
zeros. What is the difference between them?
Leading zero in starting there will be a zero. Starting with a zero.
Okay.
If we are
Lexicographical in the sense?
It will take as it is. Whatever we give, it will take as it is. Isn't it?
Yeah, right. So whatever you give, it exactly stores in the database.
Yeah.
So what is the use of purchasing value key? It is a field in Material Master.
the material will be procured internally or externally.
That is external or internal document that will be under a material type. Masking in the Material Master, you have one field that is purchasing value key. You have a reminders also for that one. First reminder, second reminder.
So that is for reminding, like set up the reminders to the vendors.
Mm,
All the vendors.
yeah. Regarding what? Setting a reminder for vendor regarding a
Regarding order completion,
yes, delivery of
like
goods.
order delivery.
Yeah. So today we will complete the Material Master, the entire Material Master, and we will move on to the Vendor Master. Okay.
Okay.
So I have a doubt while I creating a material,
Mm.
when I define an interval range, but some other interval range arrives while saving.
Oh, I think that group was assigned to the two material types. Did you check it that one? So
No, I
whatever group.
understand what happening.
Mm.
I tried two, three times, but some other interval arrives. Internal range, in internal range.
Okay, so yesterday I think you asked me, right? So did that group created with that intervals?
Yes, group is created.
Group created. So you assigned group to the material type.
Yes, I assign. Element and
Sure,
group,
right?
element and group.
I think there must be another group also for that material type. Maybe that interval is coming
I
for you.
have created new material type. I have copied ROH raw material to give different name. Then I assign it to element.
Okay, okay.
Then I created a new material, but somehow some different interval arrives.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll check that one. Like for weekly, or else the next session we'll put as a doubt session.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you have doubts, you can ask that one. Even Parag, you also. After practicing, whenever you have doubts, we'll put in these 3 sessions, we'll put one session as a doubt session so that I will clarify that doubts. So that you can share your screen, you can show that error to me.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
next Friday. So every Friday we will have just 20 minutes, 15 minutes like that for doubts.
Okay.
uh, After this class, just take me that screenshot, whatever you had created, just
Oh,
show that. Okay,
okay.
I'll explain you after that.
Okay.
Mm. Okay, I will share my screen. So, for creating a material master, it is MM01 transaction. So if you want to select all the views, you can click on all the select all. If you want to deselect, you can deselect all the views. Basically, as an people will use mostly a basic data one and a purchasing view. So basic data one, so every module will use the basic data one as it is a client data. So purchasing is only for consultants. If it is a SD module, that material comes under a sales views also. If you are using MRP, like integration with PP production planning, we'll use a MRP views also. If it has a a financial accounting, is a accounting view. Okay, like that. So just select the views, give your plan, select. So it will ask for the mandatory fields. So we have discussed the fields here. The next one in the purchasing view, we have some more fields. Oh, we have discussed the purchasing value key also. And here the important fields will be the GR processing time. So the GR processing time in the sense, so time required from a quality to unrestricted. Like for example, we have a 4 types of stocks. When vendor after you order a product, so vendor will deliver the product to your storage location, right? So actually you have a types of stock here. Some stock will directly move into the storage location, so without any inspection, but some products will take you into the quality stock, like inspection stock. So they move under to the quality stock, and then after the inspection taken place, so it will move to the unrestricted in the sense, so after quality to the unrestricted stock. So you can use that stock, but whenever the stock is in quality inspection, you cannot use that stock or you cannot sell that product. So you can only sell the product when it is in an unrestricted stock. After when while doing a goods visit, we will discuss that one also. What are the types of stocks we have? Just remember, we have a quality stock, we have unrestricted stock, we have a blocked stock also. You can block that stock. Okay, but GR processing time in the sense, so how much time it is required from moving from a quality stock to the unrestricted stock, that is a GR processing time. Okay, so based on this GR processing time, we are going to have a delivery dates here, because it will also just taking place, like if I give it as a 2 days in the sense, so it will be included in the delivery date. So based on the GR processing time also, we will have the delivery date. This impact will know when we create a purchase order. Okay, and then it is a post to inspection stock in the sense, so whether these material is under quality. If this material requires a quality inspection, if you post to inspection stock directly, whenever you are doing a goods receipt, this material will be moved into the quality stock. So without actually when you after delivering the product, so it will directly move into the unrestricted stock. But if you check this box post inspection stock, it will move to the quality stock. So that is the difference here. So definitely it's under a inspection if you check this box. And next, mostly if you have a storage location, you will select these plan data storage one. So it will ask for a storage location. One minute. So in the plan data storage one, mostly you will use a storage conditions. Actually, some materials will be on a different storage conditions. Like some require some temperature, some requires a cool place. Like that, whatever the storage conditions, whatever the temperature conditions you require, that will be maintained in the general data of plan data, plan data storage one. Okay, or else this shelf life data in the sense, so what, how much time that is will be the expiry date of this product. For example, I gave is a the period indicator is in days or years. So shelf life in the sense that the expiry date of the product. I gave it as a year. So the minimum remaining shelf life will be 2 years. So after 2 years, this product will not be used because so that is the last date of the product, that we call it as a shelf life. So how much time the material will be used. And next one is a accounting view. As you know, as I explained, what is the valuation class. Actually, valuation class is a standard for the material types. See, we had selected the finished product material type. So for the finished product, 7920 will be the standard valuation class. So whatever amount you are giving here, price control, whether it is a standard price or moving price, you will give that one. So the standard price in the sense, you'll give a standard price as 100 rupees. So the material cost will be the 100. So how much amount you're giving, these price will be moved into the GL account. So accounts. So those accounts will be linked to the valuation class only. So the valuation class is always linked to the GL accounts indirectly. So these valuation class will have a one account. So whatever the price you are maintaining in the material master, it will be moved into the GL accounts through a valuation class. Okay, that is the, if you want to create a new valuation class and you want to assign a new GL account, you can create that one by copying the standard valuation class. You can create another one also, and but you need to assign a new account for that. That is the use of valuation class. Okay, this will be the data. It will be useful when creating a material master. It will be the mandatory data. So whatever we had discussing, that will be the mandatory data to create a material master. And other thing is for in the configuration we had missed, I think we'll discuss one more. So this is the data which is used. If you want to change a material, for example, we had created this material 500685. Okay, you want to change, you want to edit the data of this material. So go to the MM02. MM01 is for creation, MM02 is for change. So go to the change. If you want to edit any data, you can edit here. But you cannot edit the base unit of measure. You can edit the base unit, but you should not have any purchase orders. You should not have any goods receipt for that material. Okay. If you have any orders in the sense, if you have any incomplete orders, it will not allow you to change the base unit of measure. But you can change the other fields if you want. If you want to display the material master, it will be the MM03. Will allow only for a display mode. You cannot edit the any details here. Only in a display mode. Another thing is, if I created a material with a material type of finished product, but if you want to change your material type, you can change through transaction MMAM. Remember these transactions MMAM. If you want, you can write it also, because I think these transactions will not be available in document. Write this transaction code MMAM. If you want to change a material type, you can change here.
This is MMAM or MM02 for changing the material type, material data.
For changing material master data, it is MM02. But for changing material type, it is MMAM. It is only to change a material type, not the details of material master.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but to change the material type also, these materials should not contain any purchase orders. Okay, the material should not have any orders and all, so that it will you can change the material type for this material. And then you have a MMBE. MMBE is for just to see the stock of the material. So how much quantity you have for this material. For example, I have 100 quantity. But you have no stock for this material because I just now created this material. See here you have a unrestricted, quality, reserved, receipt. So these are the types of stock. So whatever we had discussed previously, this is the one. So whenever after sending goods to the storage location, it will be stored in an unrestricted stock. If they required a quality inspection, it will be moved to the quality stock, like that. Okay, so after doing a purchase order and after doing a goods receipt, we will have the stock here. But just now I created this material, so it doesn't have any stock. In this material also no stock. So you can search materials with material type FART. So we'll see this material has stock. So this material has also does not have any stock. Table you can find the materials which has a stock. So I have given unrestricted not equal to space in the sense, so unrestricted stock should be there for the materials of the plant. So we'll get the data here. These are old materials. Go to the MMB and give that material number. Execute this one. So see, this is unrestricted stock you have in the warehouse of 001. So on order stock in the sense the purchase orders. Even you have to receive this stock. So purchase orders are created but GR was not completed. So that is an on order stock. That is on a hold. So unrestricted stock in the sense in the plant 3000, in the warehouse you have this 8000 stock. Okay. So where like MMBE you can see the how much stock these material have. You can see that one. And the next transaction is MM60. MM60, you can see the material list. So give the plant 3000 and just execute this MM60. So you'll get the materials list of this plant. So whatever materials you have in this plant, you can have the list of the materials here. And then we have a transaction for deletion also. You can delete a material also. You cannot completely delete that material, but you can flag that material for a deletion. So you can't use that material again. So that is MM06. So flag material for deletion. So give the material number, execute. Oh, sorry. This
You said MM06 or MM60?
MM60, MM06, both transactions are there, but to delete material it will be MM06, but to get the materials list you will use a MM60.
Okay.
So all this there in the documentation. You can refer the document. So if you want to delete, like you want to flag this material for deletion, you can select your plant. Actually, this material is in 3000 plant. If you want to save it, you can save. So I put a deletion indicator for this material. So when you go to change this material, you cannot do any transactions with this. See, you will get a warning message like that. So deletion flag is set at plant level. So I set a deletion flag in MM06. So whenever I use, the warning will trigger. So the deletion flag is set. Okay. Like that you can delete your material master. And other thing is you can extend it to the other views also. For example, so when creating a material master, I forgot to extend for a purchasing view. So you can extend the views also. I want an MRP view for the already created material. So you can extend the views with the MM50. Okay, give the material number here. So whatever the material you require, give the material number. In the maintenance state, go to the maintenance status. Maintenance status in the sense, the views of the, you want a purchasing view or else you want a storage view. So give the storage view here, execute this one. This material is not available. Material will have, if it is already there, the storage view, you will get errors like that. So if you want to like extend a new material view, you can extend here. Okay, you can give the material number, plant, material type, and give the maintenance status here, so that you can extend to the other views also through MM50 transaction. And other thing is you can change the price also. For example, like an accounting view, I gave that as a 100. Okay, the standard price is 100, but I don't want to. This is not 100. This is 120. So you want to change the price of this material? You can change in a MR21. So price change, MR21 is for a price change. Posting it plant. See, when you click on it, will ask for a material number. So give your material number. The new price will be 120. Oh, valuation data locked in the sense, so I'm there in the MM02 transaction, so I'm just editing this material, so it's not allowing me to enter. Just close this session. Okay, so the new price, the current valuation is 100, so I'm changing the price as a 120 and save this data. So go to the display of that material. See here the price was changed. Okay, in some cases you cannot change the price here because you have an order, so already have a sale order, purchase order. You cannot it will not edit you to allow the it will not allow you to edit this one, edit the standard or moving average price. So through this transaction MR21 you can change the price of the material master. Okay, remember this one will be useful. MR21. So, and then we will discuss the tables also. So to get the data, if you want a list of materials for a general data, so whatever the basic data, if for example go to this view, so you want only the basic data, one view data, you can go to the Mara, the table Mara, you can have this data. So whatever fields you are seeing in the basic data one, all these fields will be available in a basic data one, like Mara table. So what are material group, product hierarchy, cross plant, old material number. So these fields will be available in a Mara table. So you can search here directly. So you know the old material number like 1, 2, 3. So you want that old material number material, you can find here easily. See, this is the one. Like this you can find through the table. So I gave old material number as 1, 2, 3. When execute, I found out the real material number. So like this. So that is the use of tables. This is the database. So database can be accessed through a tables. But if you want a plant data, not a general data, you want a purchasing data. You want purchasing data, MARC, like plant data. Plant data. So you will access through MARC table. So that is a plant data for material. So here you will have a MRP controller. So MRP views. So whatever views like purchasing, this plant data, all will be available in a MARD. Sorry, MARC and MRP views also. So the MRP view also you can see. In the MARD you can see the storage location data, like storage conditions, temperature conditions. So in the general plan data, whatever the data you have in the general plan data one, so you can see here. So how much stock you have also you can check in the MARD. So for plant 3, give the plant 3000 and execute this one. So these are the list of materials you have and this is the storage location. So this is the stock. If you want a materials who has unrestricted stock, you can pick here from the table directly through MARD. Okay, so see this material has a stock. So you can take this material for purchase order, or you can use in your process this material. So like this you can take from a MARD table. And if you want to see the unit of measure, you can see in a MEAN. Mean. Sorry. Mean is for EN numbers. If you want a unit of measure, that is MARM. You can give the material number. You can see what is the width, volume unit, weight unit. So you everything, volume unit, weight unit, gross weight, every unit of measure you can see in the MARM. So what is the order unit? What is the material base unit? All this. MEAN is for a EN, international EN numbers. Okay. And you have a MBEW also. MBEW is for a material price. So what is the standard price unit? Price control indicator. So every data will have in the MBEW. So this is stock. This is the price of the standard price of the material. These are the valuation class of the material. If you want to list it out, what are the materials you are using for a valuation classes, you can list it out here through the table. Okay, so that is the use of table. You can pick the data easily through tables. And then in the configuration, let's see the configuration again. So what is the path for a material master config?
Logistic general, no?
Logistic general, and then
Material master.
so this is the path. No, we had discussed everything. Extraction of data, and then secondary screen sequences. But in the in the field selection, you have a lock relevant fields. So you can lock if you want to lock any field and you cannot change that field. For example, I want to lock the material master field of. So go to the table name is a Mara, right, for a material. So this is the general data. So no one can change this field. If you locked this data, you cannot edit this data. But suppose I want to lock a MERC. See, I want to log the metal freight group. Okay, just click on this field metal freight group and save the lock relevant indicator.
This is for what we were locking.
So lock in the sense you will not be able to edit, but other thing is you need to do only lock relevant fields. So if you do not want to change the data, so you cannot edit this data, lock relevant field in the sense.
Okay.
Is it showing in the material master?
For which material it is logged?
Yeah, so for all the materials it will lock. So the disadvantage of lock relevant field is it will lock for the entire materials in the database. So mostly that's why they don't use a lock relevant fields. Or else you can do one thing, you can do a field selection group in a display mode also. Mostly generally we don't use, but so if you want to, or else you can make in the field selection, you can use this one. You can go to the material. What? So maintain field selection for data screen. If you better to be in a display mode. So if you want a particular field here, so I want a base unit of measure should be in display, you can be in a display mode. So it will be only for a particular transaction code or for a particular material type or a particular field reference. So if you want to create a new field reference, you can create also. If you want to create a new field reference, I want to create a new field reference, for example, I can create a new field reference where I can change the field selection. I can make some of the fields in display mode. I can hide the fields like that. You can change. Mostly we will hide or lock the fields through a field selection only. We will not use a lock relevant fields because it will lock for entire materials. But there should be a like a change configuration is there. I will tell you that one so that we can discuss this lock relevant fields there. So there is a change number concept, that is a large concept. In that you can change that lock relevant fields. And other thing is, so whenever you are getting a messages in while creating a material master, these messages will be triggered from the define attributes or system messages. See, in the basic settings, you have a define attributes of system messages. So whenever you are creating a material master, you are getting some errors, you are getting some warnings, right? So these messages will be triggered there. So you can change a warning message as an error message. You can edit that one. But it is a standard one. But your client requires that as a warning or error message. You can put these messages as a warning or error. So with price control as enter a standard price. That is a warning message you will get when you create a for a accounting view. So if you want to make it as an error, you can make it as an error. Like that you can change in the attributes of system messages. You can change like that. So with this we will complete the material master config. We had discussed the transaction codes also, and we discussed the tables of material master also. And next time onwards, we will start the vendor master, supplier master.
So we cannot get this transaction code from the bottom there. There
Yeah,
was
you can
some.
get here. See, in the
I
EMS
tried.
is
I
the
cannot
server.
get.
Yeah, here you can have a transaction. You can choose a transaction code here so that you whatever a transaction you move. For example, I move to the transaction MM50. So you can see here MM50. You can there in the path also it will whenever the transaction code is there for the path, it will show the transaction code. It should have a SPRO. So if there is no transaction, it will show as a SPRO.
Okay.
If there is a transaction code, it will show that transaction code. Okay, like that. Even in logistics and material master, we have a. You don't have path for this. See, when go to the material number format, it's showing a OMSL transaction. So the transaction code of this material number format is OMSL. Even I went through a path, if there is a transaction code, it will show the transaction code here.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the next class, we will start the vendor master. Okay. So even if we start, we will forget in the next class. So freshly, we'll start from the next class, vendor supplier master.
Okay.
Okay then, and we will meet on Friday. So Friday, just practice today and tomorrow. If you have any doubts, so we can clear in the Friday sessions. So you can in the last 10 minutes, 8:15 to 8:30, you can show your screen and you can ask the doubts. Okay.
Okay.
Okay then. No doubts, right?
Mm.
Sure. I will close the session. Okay. Bye.
Bye.